gotta catch another flight. The apple bottom make them wanna bite. I just wanna have a good night. I just wanna have a good night.
What?
Don't go now, you know.
Okay. Because I had it on earlier, but I think it like times out.
Oh.
When you're not talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, is it working? All right,
Yeah.
we're back, y'all.
Hi.
Last episode, y'all saw we were with Classified Alias and West Cam, so big shout out to them.
Love them.
Shout out to Classified Alias. He performed at Melodic Cues last week, and it was really good. It gave me like old school Kanye vibes. He had his computer up there and his board and his trumpet. He was up there. I
like that.
He was killing it. So, and some of the other performances were really good, but I was also glad Jessica wasn't there because she would have been reading them people for filth. Because one girl was singing and I was like, I can hear Jessica in my head right now. I told Gianni, I was like, she like pitch. I just heard it in my head. I was like, I'm so glad Jessica ain't here because she'd be eating this girl alive.
I don't like that.
Eating this girl alive.
Pitch?
And then they did the Yams challenge and people were singing and I was like, and one guy got up there and he was like, you know, get to the and he sounded good until he tried to do runs.
Yams ain't sweet.
And it was more like sweet potatoes. No brown sugar, no butter, just straight sweet potato. It was dry. That's what it was. It was dry. So shout out to everybody.
Keep that where it's at.
That was at that. That was really, really cool.
Get somebody else to do it.
So yeah, I was glad she wasn't there. Because it was again.
Yeah, I'm nice.
She is nice, but she's a trained singer. And when you're a trained, because I'm not even a trained singer, and I be listening to people, and I be like, and it's just some songs you don't sing to me. It's like, you know, stay in your range, stay in your, you know, whatever.
Put your eyebrows up.
If you know you're not a runner and you more like chase it, don't do it.
Put your eyebrows up.
You know, you can't all that, and you can't come back up, go down, come back up all in one breath. You might not need
if the runs. If you're gonna do the runs and they not on your mark and set go.
That's what I'm saying. Runs ain't for everybody. Like me, I know I'm not a runner. That's not my. But can I stay? You give me my tone, and I stay right there. And give you a little backup, I got you. But all that, I ain't chasing the music. And some of y'all don't need to either. I'm just being. I like it was a white guy, and the band with the white man was smooth. A bunch of white men, but the guy, the singer, the lead, I don't know what the fuck he was talking about because he had like a sock that he wrapped around the mic, and like when he sang, it was real muffled, so you didn't understand. And I guess that's
what he was giving.
Yeah, but the band was good. He had this white bass player. That boy was like, doom 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 doom. I was like, okay, then bass.
I like the bass,
but everything else. But yeah, it was good.
All right.
What about you? What you been up to?
Shit. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. I went to Dallas, and saw some family and all of that. It was actually pleasantly good. I did not have high expectations. As some of y'all may know, this was the first like major holiday we had without my grandmother, so it was a little different and weird and all of that. But it was pretty good. What about you?
Mine was pretty normal. Okay, so on my mom's side of the family, my great grandmother is 92. So I don't think that we get together a lot because they're always trying to like look out for her, make sure that nobody's bringing anything like around her.
COVID is still a thing.
Yeah, so we haven't really gotten together for Thanksgiving since COVID. So maybe next year. But I did go and see one of my aunts because my mama wanted me to go get some food that she could. And then,
not you really went to get the plate. She just don't have
to be there. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go to her house to get it. And then my mom cooked amazing. Everything my mom cooked is good. And then I spent the night, like that evening, with my dad's side of the family, and that was fun because they hilarious. I love them. I feel like I get my sense of humor from his side of the family. And what else? That's about it. You didn't go with
your boyfriend family?
I didn't, because honestly, like during the day, it was just so much like going on, and then he was doing stuff with his family, so I didn't end up going over there. But I did see him that night, but it wasn't like, you know, our family.
Yeah, y'all just saw each other.
Yeah, we just hung out or whatever. So, yeah, but I had a pretty good Thanksgiving. I can't complain.
That's good.
That's
really good. Also, before we get deep. If y'all don't follow me on Instagram, I'm sure y'all already know this, but I might as well go ahead and get this out the way on the show. I will be moving. I got a different new opportunity, so I'll be transitioning to Nashville. But that don't mean that the show gonna stop here. We gonna still keep Black Bougie About It going. We'll just transition to more virtual stuff, and then I'll still be coming back, to see my mother and all of that. So I'll still record
we'll do in person,
when we can. We'll probably make that more of like guest thing when we want to invite guests and all of that. But I did want to just go ahead and put that out there that there will be changes coming in the new year. Things will look a little bit different, but we're still going to give y'all wonderful and great content. And I mentioned content. I want to say this because I've been giddy about this since I found out. Keke Palmer having a baby. I know I don't know that girl, and she don't know shit about me, but I have never been so happy about somebody's pregnancy. Like most people, when I hear about them, even folks I know, I ain't gonna lie, I be like, why the fuck did y'all do that? You can't even take care of yourself. And you didn't went and got knocked the fuck up, or
you didn't bring a person in this world.
You didn't went there and knock somebody up.
You crazy.
Like, why would you do that? But Keke was one of them people where when she said it, I was just like, ah!
Yeah.
Yes.
I love her. Yes. I love her relationship. They had a few like different little vlogs on YouTube where
she used to post them a lot.
Where they was going out of town and they would like show them.
Tree one time. So
I just think they so cute. Her boyfriend is the brother to the guy that was on Insecure.
Yeah, his name is not the brother name, but Saronis or Saronis.
Something like that.
The fine one, the tall light one that was fucking Molly.
The one that had the baby with
the girl who was fucking Jay Ellis on the show.
Yeah,
that was very interesting. That when that came out, I was like, how the fuck did y'all get okay? Because y'all had no scenes together. Y'all met at the rap party and got drunk or something. And that's pretty much what he said, because he did B Simone's podcast.
Oh, really?
He didn't say that, but he basically said like it was a fling, and it just so happened that they had a baby.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah.
Anyways, it be like that sometimes.
It does.
Some of y'all need to realize it was just a fling,
right? But anyways, we happy for Keke. I just even the way she announced it, she's like, there been rumors going around that I'm pregnant, and I just love it. I love
Keke Palmer can do no wrong for me.
She is like her. And I feel like I can say this, and I can speak for both of us. She is what we wanted Raven to be. Like, and no disrespect to Raven, because I think that we probably wouldn't get Keke if Raven didn't, lay some of the foundation.
Raven ran so Keke could walk.
Or is it Raven walked so Keke could run?
One of them.
Somebody was walking and somebody was running.
That was a trailblazer.
But it's like, Raven was really one of those first people. Like, she had the show, she had the lunch boxes, she had everything, and she was she was the influence.
Bedding.
But then, when she became my age and we started hearing her on her real life opinion, and we realized, ooh. And it started off when she said she wasn't black. That's really where everybody was like, wait a minute.
I'm sorry, what?
But then Keke and even Kyla Pratt have come along and just
Kyla Pratt so damn pretty.
Really have just solidified that like role
let's get into that.
Our generation.
The girls are so pretty.
She really is. And her kids look just like her too. Yes. Kyla Pratt is just like
she literally gave birth to herself.
That's it.
Man.
Okay. And the longevity. People don't like Kyla Pratt been acting since she was a kid. And she's still doing stuff. I mean and show if you haven't watched it, season 1 is out now on Disney Plus. But yeah, shout out to our just role models for the millennials and the beginning of Gen Z, not Gen X, Gen Z, and like Keke Palmer, Kyla Pratt, and really Raven. Like it really was it. It was really them three holding it down.
Raven is like kind of redeeming herself for me because she's
living her truth now.
We are like authentically seeing Raven.
Yeah.
I think before she was still figuring everything out. And so it kind of came across a certain way. I don't know. I don't want to come across like I'm trying to make excuses for her. But now she just seems like comfortable and we know everything. And it's kind of like, okay, yay, like this is who I am. And we just kind of like, okay, we like you, Raven.
Yeah, like I agree with you.
You know what I'm saying? Not too much on my girl now.
Who? I love Raven. I love.
No, I ain't talking about you. I'm just saying. You know how to.
But I feel like when it's your sister, sometimes you got to tell your sister, "What the fuck was you talking about?" Did you think about that? Or sometimes she just need a hug. I think that was what it. A lot of times it was. She didn't have nobody.
Don't be with the white girl now. All of a sudden you ain't black no more. I don't like it.
Yeah, it was a little different.
I don't like it. Let's talk about something else. One like Housewives of Potomac. Woo!
Now let's unpack that as we say on the show. Let's unpack that. That need to be a segment. Let's unpack that.
Yeah, yes, I'm eating M&M's with the peanut in it. I'm hungry.
Because
child,
it's been a whole lot of.
What did we fuck?
Where do we start? Okay.
First of all, that little trip was so funny.
I would have been, if I was Karen, I would have left the first day because this ain't even my real, but this ain't about me. This is not about me. It's not about my birthday. Yep. And it was very obvious that it was nothing. It was not about Karen from day one. It was not. Mia just wanted to plan a trip and bring the girls on the trip so she's sick, so she could say she did the trip. It really had nothing, and it just so happened to be Karen's birthday around that time because that was a horrible birthday trip for Karen. Terrible. I would have been crying.
And then look like the last episode. I don't know if it already happened or if it was a preview that I watched online. Mm-hmm. Well, she got pissed off because they started asking her whether she's. Oh, okay, that was the last episode. Yeah, she got pissed off because they was insinuating that she had cheated on her husband. Yeah. Anyway,
horrible birthday trip.
Ashley gets on my nerves. Ashley acts like a Karen to me sometimes. Ashley, Robin, and Giselle act like a Karen, and they like to flex that little light skin muscle a lot. Yeah,
they do. And normally I don't like Robin or Giselle. I haven't really been fans of them since season 1. Robin, you ain't getting damn married. Throw the fucking towel in. Just have a life partnership. Why do we keep going back? It's been how many seasons? 5 seasons, 6 seasons, and you ain't been married. Karen had a whole vow renewal. Ashley getting divorced, and you still ain't even gotten married. Like, I'm over that part. I'm over that storyline. We do not care about Juan Dixon being here no more. If you remember that clip, if Juan Dixon was here right now, we don't care. He's never gonna be there. He don't care. He's not showing up. He just
Giselle.
She ain't let go of Jamal Bryant because I saw a clip where she was like, "Everybody, y'all remember Jamal Bryant? Why are you still bringing this man around?"
We don't, because we ain't never seen him before. Not because
she's too busy sleeping with the congregation. Anyways, and that's facts. That's not me being messy.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, the situation with Mia at the table. This is my thing. Okay, so she had the conversation with Peter, who. Again, in women's business, because why you even told her that?
What did Nene call him? It wasn't Peter. It was something else. She gave him some other nickname, Patrice or something like
Patricia.
Patricia. That's what it was. I'm like, ooh, because that's what he be acting like.
So he's saying, oh, like Wendy didn't even let me know she was in town, as if like she has to let you know she's in town when y'all aren't really friends. He's not friends with Whitney. They're like business partners. And it's not your city. Yeah. Had no idea.
Yeah, I thought he was
had no idea.
Or I thought he moved to Charlotte.
Had no idea. So, like, why would she need to let you know she in town?
Yeah, I was with her on that part.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I was with her.
Why in the fuck is Mia asking another woman about another woman's business with somebody else? That ain't got nothing to do with you. What was like, she's the one who asked her, oh, Peter told me that he has beef with you. That kind of thing started at the table. Yeah. That's not your business.
I think she was trying to be like cute and funny.
I don't think she was.
That's not your friends like that, so you can't really be.
You can't play with people who
because if I saw somebody that I know that didn't like you or something, I'd be like,
I didn't come to the table with
I saw your little friend or whatever,
She ain't come to the table and say, oh my God, Wendy, I just saw Peter. Girl, he said he mad at you. She said, yeah, you have beef with Peter, right? He said he's beefing with that bitch. Wasn't playing. She wasn't. Yeah, so she got met with the same energy. She set them big lips down.
I can't.
No,
this is where we disagree because
she shouldn't even been in that girl's business. True. Like, why are you?
But Whitney should not have gone all the way far like she did and started attacking that girl's marriage. Because
she didn't attack her marriage.
She did. She was like, "You out here sleeping with other people and your husband."
Threw the drink on her. You throw a drink on me, you go low, I'm going to hell.
Because Whitney kept going. And even Mia was like, man, stop. Like, everybody was like, let's stop. And then that's when Mia got up and threw the drink. And that's when Wendy got up and started really
she threw the drink on her after she said, like.
But Whitney had sat there and antagonized Mia.
The whole night.
Not the whole night, but I'm saying once she made the comment about Peter, and then that's when they started going back. She's like, why am I gonna let him know I'm in town?
She said, why would I let another man? Mia. She said, why would I let another man
know? In the first place.
No, Mia got herself mad. She said, why would I let another man who's not my husband know that I'm coming into town? He's not my husband, and me and my husband don't play like that. And she said, oh, well, what are you talking about, my husband?
But see, you come on, Jessica. When somebody trying to be shady and be messy, you know what the fuck they trying to talk about when they talk about it. And again, I think that it should have stayed with the whole Wendy, Peter, Mia. When you start talking about people, husbands, and what they got going on behind closed doors, and you point a finger at that, you can't get mad at somebody's reaction.
She didn't say nothing.
And throwing a drink is not violence to me. I'm just gonna be honest. There's nothing violent about that to me.
Throwing a drink is violent.
If somebody threw a drink at me, I would disrespectful, yes. But what I feel like, oh, this person about to really do some shit because they threw a drink. Not necessarily, because if you want to do some shit, you gonna if you really want to fight,
you want to fight her, yeah. But I feel like even after she didn't say nothing about that lady husband. Like she said,
they was fucking other people.
But I'm saying before, because after she threw a drink on her, I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want to say, because you doing whatever the fuck you want to do. I'm not gonna watch my mouth when you can't even watch your behavior. Nah, that's crazy. You a grown ass woman, and she's supposed to be so mature and be quiet. You could have been so mature and walked your ass off. You didn't have to throw no drink at her. She really didn't take it far enough.
I don't think
she didn't take it far enough. And honestly, she talked a lot. She should have got the fuck up and slapped the fuck out of her.
Who?
Wendy. She should have beat her ass. She's not gonna do that. She has a lot of bark, but she should have slapped the fuck out of her. That's crazy. Nah,
I feel like there was a lot of wrong people in this situation, kind of like Karen said.
She was being a whole bitch the whole trip, even with the rooms.
Now, how she acted post the situation was totally out of line. Mia post the whole situation, trying to kick them out the house and all of that, I think was very dramatic and very just too much. But with the actual original incident of them at the dinner, I think that Mia was wrong for even saying anything about Peter, but Wendy escalated the situation to the point to make Mia throw her drink. Because when Wendy start yapping, she be on one. Cause she ain't no different from Candace. And to me, the fact that they even trying to compare the Mia and Wendy situation to the Candace and Monique situation, to me is wild, because Candace antagonized the fuck out of Monique. Cause she was literally in her face like, you ain't touch me, beat me. You cannot push somebody in a corner like that.
They was in the open space.
Yes, at the dinner, but with the with the Monique and Candace situation, because that's what Candace was sitting up there crying by the pool about, like, this is what I mean, y'all. This the same shit. And I'm like,
she deserved it.
You deserve Candace, every time she get popped, deserve to get popped, because she be trying to read people, but then when people want to step to her, she want to say, y'all need to fight with your words. No, some people fight. Ask Will Smith. You pop off at the mouth, you get slapped like that, and that's real life. That's just real life. Yeah. You can't be talking about people husbands being nasty, rapists, pedophiles, and all this other shit she be saying. Or like Candace be dragging the fuck out of people as soon as they say something or they do something. That's why they played that live clip where she was like, all these bitches is fake. I'm glad they finally played that shit so that everybody could see, because Candace really don't fuck with none of y'all.
And she shouldn't. They haven't been fucking with her.
I would fuck with
Candace. The whole time I'm not a Candace fan.
I don't hate her. I don't want nothing to happen to her, but she is not my favorite.
I'm not a Candace fan. Honestly, the only people on the show that I actually really like is like Karen and
damn.
I'm searching for others.
You have Karen, you have Giselle, you have Robin, you have Wendy, you have Candace, you have
Karen.
Who am I forgetting? Am I forgetting anybody?
Ashley.
I like Ashley when she don't be messy.
And that's
she remind me of Sheree, like the bone collector. She
is the bone collector.
She be keeping shit just like now. Candace was right about that. They do be keeping shit like in the arsenal and just holding on to it, waiting until they get together to be like, yeah, your husband was talking to me at the thing. Like, girl, if somebody's husband was trying to talk to me,
a whole lot of because they was going in on her husband for, or her ex-husband or whoever, because he was being touchy-feely, but her husband was actually doing that.
Yeah.
So like he was creepy as fuck. So when you marry them old creepy white men, you already know what your damn husband been doing.
And she did sound like a fool talking about she want to buy a house with her ex-husband.
Yeah, that's crazy. But let her do that. I don't know. The only person on the show right now that I really even like is Karen, because she doesn't have any like loyalty to anybody. She'll just say like, both of y'all health was wrong. Like, so that's kind of how that is. I feel like with Mia and Wendy, I think Mia has a lot of like, because when they had the reunion, Wendy was kind of like getting her together, and Mia wasn't really like defending herself. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think, because Wendy, she don't really have great comebacks, but she talk a lot and she talk loud, and she seems like a tall girl, so she's not.
She gonna throw that degree at you, and she wrote a book. I don't give a fuck
about that, but like I'm saying, she's not like somebody you can just intimidate. Like she can talk over you. So I think Mia just have a lot of like pent up energy from that. Because what other reason would you have to try to check another woman about her own business? That's my thing. Like, why would you come to the table and check me about what the fuck me and Peter got going on?
I guess because she thought she said Peter was her brother.
He's not.
That's her brother.
And he's not. So, like, why would you do that? And that's what I'm saying. When she sat at that table and you come to somebody with that energy and you think I'm going to be there like, oh, I'm going to explain the situation. I don't have to explain a motherfucking thing to you.
Yeah.
No.
It was a...
No, and she should not have do no drink at that girl. So whatever she said after that, oh baby, you deserve that.
Yeah,
because you trying to bring up my business, so let's talk about everybody's business then. You trying to see why I'm doing this, so let's talk about you.
It's a difference between business, like, okay, business. She's talking about a business partner situation and you're trying to put somebody personal marriage business out.
Because you threw a drink at me, so no.
She was talking about that girl marriage before she threw the drink.
She might have thrown shade, but she didn't talk about her marriage before she threw that drink.
I think we gotta. I'm gonna go try to add a clip in here, but I'm pretty like 95% sure, because the reason she even picked up the drink, because she told her stop talking about my marriage, stop doing it, and then she kept talking, and that's why she literally
picked up the drink. Ain't nobody said nothing about your marriage. Like the other women was like, she ain't say anything, Mia. She's like, no, she disrespected me. And when she missed with that, then she tried to hit her with that purse and missed with that. And then she gonna turn around and be like, look at my finger.
I'm gonna read in between the liners. And Wendy was not slick. I'm with Robin on the point of Wendy antagonizes people, because on that earlier episode when they was at the little club thing or the little pole dance, whatever that class, Wendy was antagonizing Robin, and Wendy does that a lot of times. Like you said, she's not a very intimidated person, so she get loud and she get up and she gonna say what she gotta say. And a lot of people, if you from a certain walk of life, and we all know, like Mia done said she done been through some, her mama is a recovering drug addict and all that. She done been through some stuff that might be her, like once you start doing all that rah-rah, she might, that's just her reaction to get.
So I'm supposed to not do what I'm gonna do because
no, I think everybody was wrong. Please let me justify everybody.
I don't give a fuck.
Nobody should say shit about somebody's business. Nobody should say nothing about nobody's marriage. Let's just sit here and eat the hors d'oeuvres. And
we can have a quiet ass dinner.
That's what I'm saying.
If you talk about me, when you go low, I'm going to hell. Watch your mouth and I'll watch mine.
Yeah, that's
how I feel about that.
She
should have threw her damn drink.
She wasn't gonna do that. We
all can be some wet up bitches tonight.
Yeah, I think everybody needs to keep their mouth shut, because once you start going back and forth with people, you can't control how somebody responds to what you say or what they say in response or what they do in response. So, but Mia was wrong for trying to kick everybody out the house for hanging with Wendy. How old are we? Because that was petty. That was very petty.
Very much so.
She was not. She kept trying to talk about loyalty and being a good friend when she was being a horrible friend to Karen for her birthday.
She was being a mean friend to her friend that she even brought on the trip.
Fuck that bitch. No, because why is she talking? You ain't a part of the Real Housewives, nothing. And then she talking for Mia. She's like, when Karen came in there, Mia is feeling love. Mia is a grown ass woman. Why is she not speaking for herself? And then y'all showering together. Y'all done fuck the same nigga. I don't even know what kind of friendship y'all got going on. I don't even.
Maybe that's what Wendy was talking about. The fact what I'm saying is that's supposed to be your friend. Me and Jackie, what's her name? Jacqueline.
Jacqueline. Yeah.
We've been doing everything together. We've been doing since we're high school. And then she gonna come in here. She wanna borrow all my stuff.
Yeah,
She wanna see everything, my deodorant. Like, why are you airing your damn friend out? You ain't no
then
damn
Jacqueline
friend.
turned around and did the same shit when she was around the other group of people. She was like,
Yeah, because look how she talking to her.
Yeah, they ain't real friends either.
They're not real friends. And that's how you do your real friends since high school. I know you'll do me wrong.
Yeah,
you just met me damn last year. Stop playing.
Yeah, that whole Miami trip was like weak as fuck. Because how you not got enough rooms for everybody? You want to make two grown ass married women share a bed because you thought Wendy and Candace was. And I'm actually glad the shit happened with Wendy because that would have been a whole nother issue if Wendy and Candace really would have had to share a bed.
Well, at least they like each other.
Not that much. I don't think
You know what I'm saying? They getting along right now.
Yeah.
But Robin them.
I normally don't support Robin, and I still don't support Robin, but I am with her on the point of where she said Wendy be antagonizing the fuck out of people.
Good. And she be starting mess.
Yeah, I don't like Robin, but she definitely hit it on the head with Wendy be rah-rahing, and then when
every time they turn up on her and Giselle, I be here for it.
No, because they deserve it.
Because y'all talk too fucking much. So you need to be getting with the rah-rah shit.
They be throwing stones at the glass from a glass house?
Yeah, good.
You know saying,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
they got like a Karen.
Yeah. Moving on. The world has been a crazy place lately. Speaking about some of these things because I don't, and I just want to briefly talk about this, but I don't know if you all have heard about that story where that little boy killed his mother because she want to order him a VR headset. And to me, this is what they mean by spare the rod, spoil the child in the Bible. Because if you got your ass whipped enough, you being told no would not result in you becoming so fucking angry that you decide to go and shoot your damn mama. And then the next day, so that means she sat in the damn house for at least an hour and some change.
Yeah.
I mean, at least some hours and some change.
It's awful.
And then order the damn VR headset.
Awful.
Whoop y'all kids. That still is crazy as hell to me. And even the girl who, and I don't know if we even talked about this on here. Have we talked about is it Shaquella? The girl Shanquella, the young lady who passed in Mexico. Well, if y'all, I'm sure you all have heard this story now, but Shanquella, the 25-year-old girl who went to Mexico with her supposed friends, the video first surfaced of her getting beat up while nude by one particular young lady, and then all the rest of the story came out about her being dead, and then her friends lying to her parents saying that she died from alcohol poisoning, when actuality she died from a broken neck and a spinal cord injury. And most recently they've arrested, I know, one young lady, and they're gonna extradite her to Mexico. And that whole story to me is just like, I always find myself coming back to it. And I don't know if it's because like I'm 25 or I've been to Mexico, and not saying that's not a stunt, but it's just to think of like how you made it out of certain situations and how easily that could have been you, it could have been me, it could have been our friends or anybody, because
even the 3 people that went to Mexico and then it was like a gas leak,
the Airbnb,
and they all passed away. Like, man,
it's real.
That's why I be praying.
When you travel to these foreign countries, they don't follow the same rules, and a lot of things are more accessible. Because my theory, really, in that whole case with that young lady, is that they were on drugs. I really think they got caught up on some drugs and shit. Because what makes you so damn mad where you beat up somebody when they
probably went on no damn drugs.
Sometimes what motivates you to beat up somebody? It's one thing for us to be arguing, like we fight.
Yeah.
It's another thing for you to be beating up on, like attacking someone who is obviously not doing shit back.
I mean, but it's just like Potomac. Like when people be going on trips and they drinking, some people be angry drunks, and like you halfway kind of don't already like them, and then you go on a trip and niggas start bringing up old shit and y'all arguing and now everybody mad. It just, stuff like that happen at home. It don't even have to be on a trip. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas went on no damn drugs. They knew exactly what the fuck they was doing. It ain't had to be nothing that caused them to do that. People just do hating ass, stupid ass, dumb ass shit.
Well, I'm not trying to justify it. What I'm saying is, like, I think that it was something else involved that made it go as far as it is. Because I done been on trips around people, and I've been drunk as fuck, and nothing made me be like, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go fight these motherfuckers.
You ain't got that energy. You don't know where all these people be coming from. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this little boy, you know what kind of environment he was raised up in. Yeah. Why he act like that? I'm not saying like his mom did something wrong, but like you don't know what these people around you have experienced and what will set them off. True. So like a lot of people have like mental breakdowns or like they on the verge of having some kind of mental break all the time, and some kind of experience trigger them. And your ass there, and so they take it out on you. Yeah. So like you just have to be careful who you fucking with. Everybody just don't mean you good. They could have been jealous of that damn girl. She was a business owner. She was doing well. She was pretty, and the bitch that was beating her up was ugly. That's another reason why my mama always say don't have no ugly.
And then
friends.
I heard something about like it might have been a lovers quarrel thing. Yeah, somebody said that
there's dudes there too. But you know what I'm saying? You just don't know.
My heart goes out to that girl.
You going out the country with people, you need to make sure you good with them.
And honestly, truthfully, this coming from me. Don't be trying to get fucking blackface drunk. Don't be trying to get so drunk that you can't walk, that you can't talk, that you can't fathom sentences, that you can't. Because even when we went out the country, I got tipsy. I never once got so drunk where I was like sick or where somebody had to grab me and pull me up. We all was still able to walk because again, you are out the fucking country. You are in a foreign place. Like one night, our taxi driver got lost and we was fucking driving around in circles and shit for 30, 40 minutes. So it's like anything can happen. Shit can happen. But, you know, you don't speak the language, whatever. So it's just.
And I know it was dark as fuck in Tulum. They ain't got no damn street
Ain't no street lights.
So I don't know where the fuck we going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my heart just goes out to her family. Like, so them people came back and lied. And all that. So it's
people just be. It's so much hell on this earth, like in people. I really just pray for everybody. Like, you just don't know how people like what they thinking out here. You know what I'm saying? And people hate to see other folks doing better than them or you know, thinking that they got more than them, or you just don't know. People just be some hating ass niggas, like,
and bitches.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody.
Like, oh, that was
niggas. That was an all gender.
Yeah, that was
okay. You know, sometimes you gotta classify. You gotta clarify.
Everybody was under that umbrella.
You know, somebody be in the comments. See, these bitches hate men. No. We told y'all.
No. But I really hate that. With the little boy, I'm gonna read the article. He's a 10-year-old Milwaukee boy. He fatally shot his mother in the face, which is horrible, because she would not buy him a virtual reality headset, and then he logged into her Amazon account and ordered it the next day. To me, the boy has been charged as an adult with first-degree reckless homicide, which means he's probably never getting out of jail. He's being held.
Grow up in jail.
He's being held in a juvenile detention facility, according to the Milwaukee Journal. Let's see. He initially told the police that he got the gun from his mom's bedroom at 7 a.m. and went to the basement where she was doing laundry. He claimed he was twirling the weapon around his finger and he went off. And then he told his 26-year-old sister who called 911. I guess like that he had done it. And then it says a day later, his relatives contacted the authorities questioning his story, and he admitted to the police that he intentionally pointed the gun at his mother. He said, "I'm really sorry for what happened. I'm sorry for killing my mom." He said it without any empathy or compassion. He told investigators that he got the semi-automatic Glock from the lockbox because his mom woke him up early at 6 a.m. instead of 6:30, and because she wouldn't let him purchase the headphones on Amazon. Yeah, state law requires children as young as 10 to be charged as adults for serious crimes. Damn.
He premeditated,
including first-degree intentional homicide, first-degree reckless homicide, and attempted first-degree intentional homicide. Man, I see a lot of comments on here that says he doesn't need to be in prison. He needs an evaluation. He absolutely does.
But I still think he needs to be in prison.
I still think he needs to be in prison. You know, here's the thing. Like, if somebody can tell you, it'd be different if he said, like, oh, you know, I didn't know that I did that, or something.
I didn't understand the magnitude, or I thought it was just going to graze.
If he was like visibly out of his mind, sure. But like when you know what the fuck you did, Nah, I don't know, son.
He's just a psychopath.
Yeah.
And you can't fix that. Y'all do know that. Like,
Yeah.
like people like him, unfortunately, or people like Jeffrey Dahmer, or like folks who do outrageously crazy out the box shit. There's nothing you can do to rehabilitate that. Like, like you can go to therapy, but that shit still is in you. It's going like, so they have to be locked up. That little boy needs to be locked up. Like that's just, and I hate that because that's another black dude, black man, or soon to be black man that's not gonna be on the streets. But he don't need to be on the streets, because if this is what he gonna do at 10, goddamn, let's think about when he mature and really develop some fucking emotions.
That's the thing.
And some understanding to other shit. Who he might be the same nigga who go out here and kill a bitch after she tell him no.
And that's the thing I'm thinking about. Like, even with the Jeffrey Dahmer, so many times when he was young, he showed so many signs and he acted on a lot of his impulses. And so, like, you need to catch these things early. Like, you shouldn't wait till people make a mistake. Then, people are like, why didn't anybody do anything about it? It's just fucked up. Like, he needs help. Our prison system, unfortunately, ain't gonna get that little boy the help he really need. If he does need like psych evaluations and psychiatric help and all that stuff, he ain't gonna get done in that shit in prison. He probably talked to somebody.
He might get it in detention,
in juvenile.
Yeah, he might get it there, but in an underage facility.
Yeah, but when he turns 18, it ain't no telling how they'll treat him now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, when you got a state where the law can say that a 10-year-old can be charged as an adult,
so he ain't going to.
I don't know. So
that's heavy thing.
Yeah, that's sad, but I say this on here all the time. My mom, she's a principal, and a lot of the schools she work at, they be in, pretty tough neighborhoods, and a lot of the stuff those kids be going through, adults couldn't go through.
I believe it.
Like, and so they don't all have this like kids mentality. They grown, like their mind is very mature,
and that's why
they've been exposed to so much. So, like, I don't know, like,
where is the village? Because that's my real question. Because
acting a damn fool.
Because the village, they used to say, it take a village to raise a child. And I know my mom tells me stories about, like, how when she was a little kid and how, like, if she got in trouble at school, the teacher would whoop her. Then the next door neighbor will whoop her. And then when my grandma finally got home, she then got another whooping. So at the end of the day, you now got 3 whoopings. So more than likely, you ain't going to even do whatever you did again, because who the fuck would want to get 3 whoopings again? And to me, and this is not saying that we need to be spanking kids now, whatever, they say that, right? But there is no real structure for kids nowadays, because anytime, like, even at my job, and I work with I don't even work with high schools. We just so happen to have a high school program that uses our facility. And one day I told the kids, because they came in the building, they were like, well, we came to the back door and it was closed. And I was like, well, you went to the back door, but it was late. So when it's late, the door gonna be closed. And I responded to them just like that. And then 10 minutes later, one of their teachers, this older lady, their counselor, came up to me and she was like, yeah, some of the kids felt a little uncomfortable with how you spoke to them about them being late, because they can't really control that. It's the bus driver. And my thing is, I can't even tell them when they fucking late. You can't say shit, and that's why I can't be no teacher, because
you're right.
Like, what the fuck? You get a job in the real world and you get out of this whatever fucking gentle parenting ass shit they coming up with. When you late, they're gonna tell you late, and either they're gonna take money out your check, they're gonna either tell you to go home, or you might get fired depending on how many times you fucking been late. And you need to be teaching these kids now that type of shit, not when they get into the real fucking world.
I agree. I agree.
You can't talk to the damn kids. Hell, no wonder they fucking running rampant all over the fucking place, because you literally can't say shit to them, because as soon as they go tell somebody else, y'all go reprimand the damn adult.
Yeah, I agree. But also, it ain't nobody around doing that. Like, we thinking in the mind frame of like how we have rational, capable adults raising us. You know what I'm saying? Or raising our friends or whoever. These kids' parents are out in the street too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They are not rational, capable, et cetera, et cetera. They raising them to be just like them. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the behavior that these kids exhibit, they parents back them up. Like, they parents uphold them and they wrong. Now I know we talking loosely because we ain't got no damn kids, so I can't say what you should and shouldn't do to your children or how you should rear them, I guess. But some of these kids, they need help. It's really unfortunate because as much as I love Black people and as much as I care so much about like everything that we have going on, and literally the children really are the future. Teach them well, let them lead the way. We ain't teaching them shit. And that's why I be is like on such a soapbox about some of the stuff that's online and like with music and like with celebrities and how we decide to portray ourselves. Because it's one thing where like I have a mama at home to be like, you really shouldn't do that. Like that's cute. You got guidance because she's, you know, a celebrity, but you doing this. You a kid. You know what I'm saying?
And you a regular person.
You're a regular person.
That shit that you see on TV ain't
all
real
these
life.
Kids don't have nobody doing that. Like the TV is raising them.
But that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
There should, again, where's the village? Because if you got a fucked up parent, and in the grand, this is how it should be. This is really how it should be. If you got a fucked up parent, because sometimes we can't control who our parents are. That we're born to who we born to. When you go to school, there should be some structure. There should be some boundaries with the teacher, with the principal, with the guidance counselor. And that was my point on my end with like the lady at my job. You can't. Even the people in the system, you can't say nothing to them because it's all these kids and not. Let me choose my words wisely. Some of the abuse and the stuff that happens to these kids is real fucking life. Like real deal. Should be taken seriously. You need to lock the people up who touching them, who beating them and all that. But some of this shit, y'all need to learn how to decipher from a kid being full of fucking shit and them really coming to you with a real problem. If a kid come to you saying, oh, so-and-so reprimanded me for something, they probably deserve to get reprimanded for that. Now, if they, you know, got called all these bitches and hoes and okay, they need to get in trouble. But if somebody telling them, okay, little Matthew, you know, the door closed at 8:30 when you show up for the program, you know, you need to be here by 8:30. If you late, the door will be locked. You don't go and tell the adult, you can't tell little Matthew he late.
Exactly. And then also, you probably need to speak to their bus driver and see why they're late. You know what I'm saying? Because I can understand if they said, oh, well, our bus driver, he be late all the time. You know, like, it's a difference when you say something, when you defend yourself, but you have sense. They don't have to be like, oh, well, I thought, you know,
that shit. Like, I'm 25, y'all 16, 17. So I'm gonna talk to you how you talk to me. I'm gonna meet you exactly how you meet me.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
if you want to do this, we can do this. And don't go back and run and say that I did this because this is what you did.
Yeah. Period.
So and again, this is no disrespect to some of the teachers because I know I have friends who are teachers.
Oh, it's
that
great teachers out there.
Give a fuck about the kids and the children, all that.
Well,
but
a lot of them who don't.
It's a lot of them who don't. Yeah. Okay, they trying to get that check, and I don't even understand that because y'all don't make that. A lot of y'all do not make that much money, so I don't even understand why you put your subject.
But that's probably why they. I don't know. Maybe that's why they just don't be caring. Like I know. Some people, they don't even like to turn in lesson plans or like, you know, when they fail kids, go back to the old school teachers. They fail kids, they haven't sent any work home. They haven't sent a note home to the parents. They haven't made, you know, let them stay back from PE so I can help them with their work. Like they're just failing kids or whatever. I know that teaching is a very hard, what profession. You know what I'm saying? I have teachers in my family and friends that are teachers. My mother's a principal. She was a teacher her whole, you know, career before. I know it's hard, but I don't know. The kids, they crazy too, but I feel like there has to be some kind of like happy medium.
Exactly.
They have to be met at school with people who give a damn. Exactly. And I don't know. It's just hard. I don't know. You can't say that's the kind of stuff I be thinking about. Like, even when I think about buying a house, where's my kids? What school are they going to be zoned for?
Because unfortunately, some of these public schools.
Yeah.
I wouldn't send because me, for instance, I went to James A. Davis, which is now Bessemer City Middle. I went there 7th and 8th grade. Then I went to Bessemer City High School my freshman year. And I think I've told this story on here before, so I won't go deep into it. But they had a riot my freshman year where the officer, like the security officers and everything, ended up macing all the students.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom put me out of that school and put me in private school.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people, you know, they say certain things, or they said certain things back then, like, oh, you know, you going to private school, you think you better. But it's like, no, I needed a more structured environment because I literally was flunking out my freshman year of high school because didn't nobody give a fuck to call my mom and tell her I was skipping class, going to sleep in class, doing everything that I was doing. Not, you know, I didn't give a fuck. Like, and Bessemer City did not, my mom literally had to come up to the school and go to the office and say, okay, I need to see my daughter report card because I ain't seen nothing. And granted, I was lying, but still, she should have been notified
before then.
Way before then.
Yeah. Now, I went to Sun Valley Elementary, which is like, if you know, we're on the east side, Center Point, where that is, very good school. I know it's a little now, you know, sometimes, you know, the neighborhood it's different from when I was a kid. But you know, when I went to elementary school, all the kids around were pretty much like me, like working class people, you know, both parents. We had parents that went to college, you know, all the things. Then I went to Huffman Middle. I did go to Smith for about like, I think we were at Smith maybe like a few months, maybe 2 months. I can't remember. We were there for a second before we transferred out, because at that time Smith was on the failing schools list, and my mom didn't want me to go there. So if the school was on the failing list, you could transfer them out and you wouldn't have to pay for them to go to the next like closest school or whatever. And so I went to me and a bunch of my friends that were there that got transferred out. Then we went to Huffman Middle. And so Huffman Middle, I'm not gonna lie, Huffman was more ghetto than damn Smith. If I just want to be honest, you know what I'm saying? When I was at Smith, we had a good goddamn time because we were doing no damn work. Yeah, great time, beautiful gowns. I loved it. I loved it. I was like, everybody who went to Sun Valley went to Smith, so I went in like instantly, had a whole bunch of friends until. Then you go to Huffman, and it's like those kids that far out, they've been going to school with each other, and they're friends. And so like I had like my little group, but I didn't have a whole lot of friends when I went there, and they was mean as fuck. And so, and we was kind of like the odd kids out because we got transferred in after school had already started. So we had to like, they had us in like a classroom with all the transfer kids, and then they placed us in like the general pop, like where we were gonna be at. So it was kind of like why they get to be down there? Like it was a lot. Like
changing schools is always a lot.
It was a lot, and
a few times.
So my mom didn't want me to go to Huffman, which that's the high school I'm zoned for. Absolutely not. She didn't want me to go there, so I went to Ramsey. You know, everybody thinks that Ramsey is like, oh, you go to Ramsey, like this thing. But if you actually went to Ramsey, you don't really think that about the school. You just be like, okay, like whatever. Like I feel like when you go there, you have a lot of like school pride, I guess, because it is Ramsey. But there was just certain things that happened there that just wasn't gonna happen at other schools. Like we barely had fights. We maybe had 2-3
but
fights,
but it was because it was structured.
It was very structured. Like the first day at Ramsey, they start talking to you about college. They start talking to you about what you want to do. They start talking to you about, okay, well, you don't want to go to college. What other kind of options you want to do? You know, like, well, let's like, they just like talk to us more. And I know I went to summer school one time at Huffman, baby, they teachers cussed that damn.
That's what I'm saying. That public school
it was like culture shock, because you know Ramsey is so like lax, like uniforms, you know, walking around the halls and like hell, leaving and coming back, all that kind of stuff. It was very, very like lax. You know what I'm saying? Over there, they literally locked us in the school. When
that's how Bessemer City pretty much for the most part was. We used to have to sneak out at the gym though, because if you had you couldn't get up out on that first floor. You had to sneak out on the side of the building at the gym, because you could not get out of the buildings because it was metal detectors at the top. The office was up there. Like Yeah,
That's crazy.
Public school
That's crazy.
is wild. And again, this goes back to structure. There's
Yeah,
not a lot of structure in these environments because of the mass of students and the mass of kids that they have there. So it's hard because if you got 1,000 kids in each grade or 500 kids, 600 kids in each grade, it's hard to pay attention. But that's when you hire more fucking people and you give people more money and you supply them with more resources so that they can do a better job. But then this all trickle down to what? Y'all motherfuckers going to vote.
True.
And we talked about this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And what did y'all go do?
I mean, voting, budgets, taxes. They're going to raise taxes so they can do that. You know what I'm saying? No.
Again, where's the village? It's like we always get on our soapbox to talk about kids of the future, but we literally, to me, give them the least amount of attention out of all the bullshit that we got going on.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's like, how can we expect them to be successful?
I agree. And then too, also, I hate this. It's not a lot of extracurricular like stuff in school anymore. Like
art, you in a uppity school.
Art, band, choir, even like how schools have like shop and like you can do like beauty trades and stuff. They need to bring all that stuff back because especially like for our black kids, they need options. I think people have to realize like it's not everybody's path to go to college. Some of these kids, they could, they've never seen anybody go to college, even now, and it's 2022.
Exactly.
People around them have not gone to school, so some of them don't even view that as an option for them. And honestly, that's okay.
You ain't
stay away from that damn debt, but give them the tools they need to be productive citizens. I feel like
and show them different things. I think that's a lot of times
expose them to different stuff.
What they drop the ball at is because they'll show you like, oh, this person went to college and they're successful, and then you meet the doctor, or you meet the lawyer, or you meet the teacher. Where those are very specific paths. You can only go to school. You can only
and that's what you got to be cut from that cloth to want to do that. Because baby, when I tell you them little 4 years of college was beating my ass. I don't know how.
The other day, me and my mama got into it, and she was like, "What hell? It took you 6 years, and you mean?" And I was like, first of all, it was 5. Second of all, let me shut the fuck up. Because when somebody say that to you kind of feel attacked. Because it did take me 5 years, but I was like, first of all, I transferred in to UAB, so cut me some slack. But I said again, back to my original point. It's like show kids different walks of life. Bring a welder in and show them, welding, or bring an artist in, a person who making money off of being a painter and doing things with their hands, maybe a clay, I don't know what you call that, a person. Like show them different paths that actually can be successful instead of always beating down this one path of school. Because
or even military, because y'all better watch that I Am Vanessa Again documentary on Netflix.
Like it's so many more, especially now in 2022. It is so many paths. You got dual enrollment. You got for multiple things. You can be, doing an apprenticeship program where you're going to school in the morning, and then you go do the welding and all of that in the afternoon, and then when you graduate, you got a full-time job making at least $25 an hour. Boom, that's already more than half. Hell, you already doing better.
Or even like some of those jobs, like at Camtech. Some of those kids, or the people that work there, they were like so young, and they were like the people the maintenance folks. They ain't know how to fix shit.
Yeah, they were apprentices. That's what they bring them in.
But they come in making salary. Yeah, they don't have to be a temp. So I just think if we just arm people with they talk a lot about black kids and how they're doing this and how they're doing that, but they haven't done. There's not a lot of stuff out there to prevent them from doing that. That's my problem. Like, if you at least get the kids busy, they don't have time to do all this other like stupid ass shit.
They'll be tired when they get home, so they ain't gonna want to run the streets.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, at Ramsey, it wasn't like cool to not have any plans. You was like the odd one out if you didn't have something to talk about. Like, niggas was taking the ACT and stuff over and over again, seeing who could get the highest score. Not me, child. That wasn't my mind.
I took it 4 times, and after that 4th time, I was like, all right, now, mom.
I took it twice.
I took it 4 because I was trying to get into Howard.
I was like, are we in?
And
okay.
Once I got the bare minimum, when I tell y'all, I think the requirement was like 20 or 21 or 22, something like that. I think I got a like whatever the lowest, and I was like, all right,
there we are.
That's all I needed.
Yeah. Nah. When I took it the first time and I was already in Alabama, I was about good then.
Yeah.
Why didn't take it again?
It wasn't my choice. Let me tell you, it was not my choice to take it that many times.
But
definitely my mom, because I started taking it in middle school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my mom was not playing with me. Like she had. I think I took my first ACT in 8th grade, and then I think I took my second one between like maybe 9th. I took one almost every year leading up until like my junior year.
I know now they don't have the exit exam anymore, because I know we started taking that freshman year. So you could have got done with all your exit exams like freshman year. I know I had to take the math over. I think I had to take math and like science over.
I didn't have to do an exit exam, maybe because I was in a little private school, so they didn't.
But I know you had to do that, and then you had to worry about ACT and whatever else the school you wanted to go to like required. But
and then I had to take the ACT portion with the writing twice, because Howard required you to take the ACT with the writing portion.
Yeah. So I don't know. I care so much about everything that be going on, and I just when you see some stuff like that, it's so many different problems going on out there. It's almost like, what cause do we need to
lend your expertise?
Yeah, like what do I fix first? Like I always think about that because I feel so bad when I see stuff that's going on, and it's like, damn, how could I help? It's so many different things.
But I feel like what we're doing right now is helping, because like we all have different gifts and we all have different purposes, and we all are put here for specific reasons. And I feel like for me and you, our biggest gift or trait is communicating, is bridging that gap, being able to put things in terms that people who might not be attached to that can understand.
Right.
So it's like, we might not be out here teaching the kids, but what might happen is somebody's mama might watch this and say, damn, I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do, or damn, I can expose my child to more things, and then they go do that, and that's a life that's changed, or whatever. So it's like about everybody realizing what their purpose is and their gift, and then using that,
doing your part
to contribute to the greater good.
Yeah.
And there's too many people out here. First of all, y'all ain't even walking in y'all paths. You out here doing some shit that you ain't even got you ain't got you don't even like it. You going and doing some shit every day that you do not like to do, and wondering why shit in your life ain't adding up and it ain't making no sense, because you ain't supposed to be where you at right now.
Yeah.
So
I hate that. We love kids.
We do. I don't want none, but I really do love the future. And there's too many opportunities, and there's too much goddamn money on the table. I just left a workforce training and development meeting for my job, and they talking about how it's like, I forgot what the lady said, $33 billion worth of grant money that comes out each year. It's so much money on the table. It's so much opportunities, and specifically for us, people. And I'm not going to say who, but y'all know who I'm talking about. People do a really good job of trying to keep us in the fucking dark.
The whites.
They don't want us to know. They ain't going to tell you. They're not going to put it on the news. They're not going to even put it in a damn newspaper. And this is where us as a people got to be more proactive.
Yeah, absolutely.
And go looking for shit. Stop waiting for somebody to come and give you something, or give you opportunity, or show you some shit, or da-da-da. Because they're not.
They're not going to do it.
They're not. Especially if you down here in the southeastern region, and you what they call it, the Bible Belt and the Mason-Dixon line, they are not. They are deliberately, probably actually trying to keep this shit as far as away from you as possible.
Now, quickly, because I know we on 56 minutes, but I kind of feel that way about like Deion Sanders and him, everybody being kind of like up in arms about leaving JSU. And it's like, if you know anything about Deion Sanders and just like his like trajectory and just like what those people want to do anyway, you had to have known he was gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Like that man want to be, like that man basically want to be like a Nick Saban. Like he wanted to go to Auburn and they turned him down.
They'll never.
You know what I'm saying?
Pause. Put a pin in there. Auburn will never, not at least in the next 5 years, they're not hiring a nigga. Continue.
Yeah.
Because they talking about, they should have gave it to Cadillac and Cadillac. This, y'all know damn well they ain't hiring not no Negroid to be no head coach down there at Auburn.
I mean, they doing good to have you on the team. Hell.
Why y'all think Nick Saban been staying in Alabama and gonna die on that field?
Well, he gonna die on the field just because he been
Nick
winning.
Saban,
he ain't going.
But they won't replace his ass with a nigga, I can tell you that.
Yeah. But I ain't gonna even sit on here and like I know sports either, but I just know that he's like very competitive and like he's
Prime
one of those
time.
people like who's trying to outdo himself, and he has a bar that he's trying to do. And he just was not gonna get that there.
Yeah.
And I want Black people to remove yourself from this, like, you know, somebody's gonna be the Martin Luther King of HBCU football. That man ain't go there to do that. He went there because he had to. He did what he needed to do what he wanted to do.
Yep.
And that was the stepping stone.
He had to
that
prove he could be a coach.
And he did
a good coach because he had to win. Because if he would have went there and lost, they wouldn't have offered him.
Exactly.
And not only did he do that, but he also did more than what that he was supposed to do, because he brought people in to bring money to the program. He, you know, did recruit decent players. Now he taking them players with him to Colorado. But you know, he stepped up to the plate as a head coach. But people also have to read the room and understand, like you said, the situation.
Yes.
And we all know, unfortunately, the majority of HBCUs do not have the funding that they're supposed to get because they're a private entity. So they don't get government funding and they don't get a lot of money. And a lot of the boosters don't be donating and shit because that's how they say. That's how that works. So, you know, he been there, 3 years now? You know, they probably couldn't pay him as much as he deserved. So you got to go where the money. You have to go because you got to still take care of yourself and take care of your family. Not saying he need the money, but at the end of the day, he got a family. He got kids that's in college and all of this other stuff. So he got to provide for himself and all of that.
Yeah. I just want us to not be married to the fact that, like, when you're Black, you have to do X, Y, Z. Because all Black people don't subscribe to those, like, moral codes. You know, all of us don't be on that kind of time.
We say
like,
and
he's not on that kind of time right now. Like he said on that press conference, he's Black. He's gonna be Black wherever he go. He gonna be him wherever he go. So, like, he gonna represent. He gonna do well. But he's doing what he needs to do for his career. And I just want us to, like, get out of that like we doing this thing like one person's gonna, it's not gonna, like, think about this. When you go to HBCU football games, a lot of the times ain't nobody there. Or
if we be real, and I'm gonna reference my favorite movie, ain't nobody coming to see them niggas play anyway. We come to see the band.
You know what I'm saying? Because they don't.
This is the real show, dog. Halftime is the real show.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, you going in on him about what he didn't do and he should have stayed, and you don't even go to the damn games.
Or I heard
you don't even donate.
Bridget Kelly make a good point.
You mad at him, but your HBCU falling damn down.
Where the boosters at?
Where the donation money at? Where the alumni money at? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's too much. It's never gonna be like one person that steps in and does anything for us. We all have to do it. You all have to do it. We all had to play our part. It's never gonna be one person comes in and he's gonna do. That's never gonna happen. What about all the other schools? He can't be at every school.
And that's what I was listening to see. The thing is, and Bridget Kelly made a good point where she was like, y'all. Meanwhile, y'all taking in Deion prime time, but why y'all ain't calling out some of these other Black former retired NFL players? They ain't coaching at HBCU, nor are they trying, or they're not donating. They ain't showing up. They're not doing even half the shit that Deion Sanders did for the HBCU. Exactly. So it's like we do a lot of talking about, people need to do more for their people, and then they come but they be the main people who don't do shit for their people.
Right. And matter of fact, don't talk it out. Just write the check. Write the check. That's all. Write the check.
I'm just saying, because I feel the people that like that be the same people who don't vote and be the main people sitting up there like, oh man, this is what I'm talking about. They don't want to never do nothing
it's
for
rigged,
us.
For real.
They don't never want it, but ain't voted in the last 10 years.
No.
I'm just
that ain't it. That ain't it.
So if you got a problem with what Deion Sanders did, how about you take your Black ass down there to JSU and you lend your services and or your pocketbook? Because guess what? That's what I did. I left the Black people and went to the white people. And then I'm leaving some more Black people who are attached to white people and to some more white people. Because unfortunately in this country, a lot of times that's where the money is. That's where the opportunity is. Because me and Jessica's both experienced when you be dealing with niggas.
Man.
They be unappreciative as fuck. And they feel almost entitled to you and your whole person because you are Black.
This nigga spitting today, y'all.
So I'm just keeping it a buck. And I'm sure that Deion probably was fighting all along the way with some of them old Rudy Poot ass people who probably been in JSU for the last however many years and been controlling shit just to do the shit that he did do. So let's cut a motherfucker some slack.
Yeah.
And congratulate him on his new,
and then all of that, he got black folks on him saying he not SEC enough or what is it?
You talking about the division he going into? I don't know what division is it. Is that NCAA?
SWAC.
Oh, SWAC. Oh yeah.
Not swacking up. Sorry, you know how much football.
Yeah, SWAC is a black
you're not swacking enough. You're not this enough. And you got white people who don't want you either.
Exactly.
Like that's such a hard space to be in, and the whole time you trying to do something good. Like we gotta stop like pulling each other down.
I feel that way about Quinta because I've been seeing a lot of comments about her white husband because people are realizing her husband is white.
She's into a white man.
Yeah, and
cut that shit off.
And they like, man, see, this is what I'm talking about. She da 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 da. And the only reason Abbott da 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 because she with this and I'm like, the white man ain't even writing on the show. Y'all act like he the one who.
Nah, I don't think. Nah, that ain't it. Like, I just be wanting black people to be with black people.
Yeah,
that's me.
I would like that, but I also. And I understand, like, for the male and female, where sometimes when you the quirky black person or the nerdy person, it's hard to find another quirky, nerdy, or a person who on that same wavelength as you. So, as long as, if Mark rocking with you, then,
of course, we
rocking with Mark, I guess. Because I feel the same. I can't wait till this documentary come out. The Meghan and Harry. About that, you're not excited about that.
No,
I love that he ride.
I feel like it'd be propaganda. That's just me.
But I don't, only because he gave up his royalty. It's like,
everything is PR.
He said, "Fuck that shit." He moved his family to Canada.
Everything is PR.
Is it? I don't think it is in that situation.
Oh, good. Everything is. If not, they wouldn't put it out.
But what does he gain from being with a black woman?
You know what I'm saying? Not from being with her. I ain't talking about being with her. I'm talking about the documentary. Like,
But I was saying I'm saying I'm a fan of them, like the relationship, not like the documentary. But I like how he is supposedly seen to stand up for his family and not allow anything to, as a white man, because a lot of them just be on hush. They don't say nothing.
Yeah. Trying to think of something nice to say.
Oh my goodness.
Because y'all know I don't be lusting after white men.
I'm not lusting after him.
I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying
nice
I don't be
somebody stand up and protect a black woman because we do not, regardless of the color. We don't see that.
We see black men protect black women all the time.
I don't see that.
I'm not finna get. He ain't gonna get no special flowers from me.
It's not. I'm saying men in general. I don't see that a lot.
I see men like
because we just saw Boosie fucking drag Gabrielle Union to fucking Kingdom Come and her husband.
That's Boosie.
That don't make it good.
That don't make it good. But what you expect for Boosie to do?
I expect him to start at some point at his old ass. Because is he not pushing down 50 to sit down?
Ignorant gonna be ignorant forever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like seeing Donald Trump come out and say, you know what? I'm really a bigot. Some people just aren't gonna do that, and we gotta stop expecting stuff out of people who not gonna do that. Why you ever expect to hear anything like that come out of Boosie's mouth? I
just expect him to be quiet.
You expect him to say like some shit that's like be making sense.
No,
come on now, hell no. That's like when like with Ari and Jada Waiter and them. Like you expect them to say like
no, I expect nothing.
Things.
No, I don't expect.
Come on now, absolutely not. So no,
I just didn't expect him to drag her like that. I really didn't, and say all the shit that he
now.
said.
I must say, if Boosie was a housewife, he'd be reading hoes.
A lot of these niggas. Oh, is that a conversation for another day? Because a lot of y'all niggas.
Okay, auntie girl.
Y'all be very much so.
They be reading them for filth.
And they be having me like, So,
because he did read her.
He did. And it was when I read it, I was like, God damn. Because to me, it was like, okay, now, this wasn't even, some of this shit wasn't even warranted. You went too far.
But men, they'll hurt your feelings a little bit worse than men because the
right man,
women,
the right man. Because some of them don't. You ain't got it, and y'all trying and you get obliterated.
Yeah.
But people like Boosie, they got it, unfortunately.
Yeah. But just to round that out, I don't know. I would watch the Meg and them thing, but it ain't. It'll be something I just get to. It ain't on the list.
I just want a documentary person. I just want to see what it's talking about. You know, I know it's probably gonna be whatever. I want to see, you know, what's the story? Because I really did not follow them in the beginning. Like when they first got together and everybody was like, "Oh, he with a black girl." I didn't watch the wedding. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because this over there, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, it's crossed the pond, and I don't really be concerning myself with a whole lot of stuff unless it's like super black oriented, like, you know, some shit going on with the black people. I'm
one of those people who, when they had the wedding, am I gonna check Instagram and like Fashion Bomb Daily and look at the outfits?
Well, absolutely. Yeah, I see that, but I didn't have the live stream up. Like, let me watch the whole ceremony and and watch the commentary.
No, that's not.
I did not. Unfortunately, I didn't really feel much of a spiritual move when the queen died. You know, I don't really feel no like relation to over there.
I don't know.
So, you know, it was just, but I do want to see the documentary just to hear about what he say. Like, are y'all gonna be real or are you gonna be fake real? You know, like, what are you gonna really say? What we gonna talk about? You know, how we gonna dive into this?
Should be interesting.
So it's actually a lot of good stuff coming out within the next couple months and all of that, because I want to see that movie with Jonah Hill and
the Kenya Barris movie.
Yeah, even though I'm not the biggest fan of Kenya,
they've been going in on him too.
Kenya is one of them ones where, how do I put this?
They said that he has a love affair with like biracial.
Yeah, he's very much so pushes the narrative hella hard, and I don't know if that's like, because isn't he married to like a mixed woman, or like,
I don't know,
something about it was his own personal story, but like he had Blackish, which was a heavy like, okay, you know, Rainbow was gonna let everybody know she was half white and half black. Then he turned around, and I still to this day, that's why it ain't on. I don't even think it's on TV no more. Mixed-ish, nobody asked for that. Nobody. And then he turned around and almost pretty much redid Blackish on Netflix with the other show Black as Fuck.
Yeah.
Which Black as Fuck. Okay. Which was literally Blackish except with Kenya Barris in it himself. So it's like you remind me of,
I think they was just trying to ride the wave. Like Blackish was so successful.
Yeah.
I feel like they were just trying to like ride that wave. Like, how many other of these like fun black shows can we do?
None.
So I think that's what that was. But I'm not gonna say I'm very excited for that movie. You got Eddie Murphy, Jonah Hill,
Lala Anthony, Lauren London.
Oh, Lala's there.
You don't like Lala?
Sometimes I don't know.
The only thing about Lala I don't like is that she be kicking them with Kim Kardashian and them.
I don't like that. I'm not a fan of the plastic surgery, and she's not the best actress to me. So I'm pretty sure she's gonna be the homegirl.
I liked her as Keisha on Power. She was good as Keisha. You didn't like her as Keisha?
I did like her as Keisha. That's not one of them roles where it's like, oh, I'm really getting to see your acting chops.
Oh, well, I don't look at Lala as like a, and I'm sorry if you see this, Miss Lala, like, because we come on the show, we love to still, you know, talk to you about all your endeavors and everything. But I'm not looking to Lala for an award-winning performance.
That's why I said she probably gonna be like
straight to DVD,
the sister, homegirl,
supportive actress. But I think she does that well because she plays that and thinks like a man.
She's the same person though every time. Sis. So what? Like, it's gonna be one of those roles, and I'm tired of that for her.
Well, I'm excited to see Lauren London.
Okay, I'm very happy to see Lauren London
and Mia,
and everybody else.
She took that nigga back, but we'll talk about it later.
They broke up.
I read something that she took him back.
I don't know. I just saw on that they like split after being together for 13 years.
Good. Because
that's why she put that post up of when they had the new apartment. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was because I read something else where they said they were still together.
No, I don't know. They probably was trying to work through or whatever, but yeah.
Well, I'm glad because Nia, you deserve better. You still that bitch. Yeah. You go get 5 young niggas to replace that one nigga. I'm just saying.
Get you a good nigga though. That's what she need to focus on because it seemed like that's been.
Oh, and Best Man is coming out last,
and it's a series.
Yeah, that's coming out. I think starting on Christmas or December, December 22nd, something like that around that time. It's a lot of good shit coming out, so we're gonna have a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
TV and movie wise. But I think we're gonna wrap that up.
Oh yeah.
Thank
you for watching. of course, you know where to find us. Down below, girl.
Y'all already know
Down
the drill.
below.
We only missed a week, so this ain't really new,
All right,
y'all.
this ain't new. You can find me on Instagram at Jessie_Monique, JESSI_MONIQUE, 2 E's on Twitter.
Oh, I was like shaking my head like, yep. And I'm like, oh, I got something to say. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at therealabaniayanna. And then on Twitter _abaniayanna_. Also, we should have an episode dropping, I think this week or next week with Horror Stories 205. They invited us. We had actually a really, really amazing. I had a good time. It was a good ass conversation.
Yeah.
Happy belated to Nick, who was his birthday was this past week, so he was on the podcast and all of them. And yeah, thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll catch y'all next week. Please be safe out here.
Yeah.
No, really.
Bye.
I just wanna have a good night. I just wanna have a good night. Hold up. If you don't know, now you know. If you broke, then you gotta let him go. You can have anybody.